I am Gregory Iron, the only professional wrestler with cerebral palsy and the only backstage interviewer for Top Tier Wrestling with cerebral palsy. Quite the accolade. And this is Backstage with BLACKFLY. And today, I'm sitting with a man who I haven't got to have a lot of conversations over the years with, so this should be quite interesting. Sir, Jason, thank you for joining me. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Do you have any nicknames that I should be throwing out there for the audience? Am I missing something?
Top Notch.
Top Notch. Where'd you come up with that one?
It rhymes with Hotch.
It does rhyme with Hotch.
And it just so happens every time I have a match, it's fairly good.
Okay.
All right. So
Top Notch at Top Tier.
Exactly.
Is this your first time here?
First time here.
How's your experience been thus far?
Oh, lovely. Aside from the building, it's so hard to find my way.
It can be difficult to navigate, and it doesn't help the parking situation out there.
Right.
When it came to you finding pro wrestling training, how hard was that for you to navigate? You trained with CK and
Correct.
Trey Miguel?
Correct.
Talk to me about that.
So at first, we had a small school in Toledo. It was pretty much just an open ring, right? But the more reps I got on shows, they actually opened a school right down the road from me. And CK and Trey were very familiar with me. So, yeah, they just reached out to me. So I'm very fortunate to, had met them ahead of time. And they were like, hey, we're opening this school. We'd love for you to be a part of the team. And yeah, I was part of the first graduating class.
Wow, that's pretty sick.
Oh, yeah.
So they saw the potential in you and they kind of recruited you to come to the school.
For sure.
Did you grow up in Toledo?
Just outside Toledo,
okay.
Right over the border in Michigan.
Because some places on the internet say Toledo and other places say Ann Arbor.
Yeah, so I wrestled a lot in Ohio, so I was like, oh, well, I love Michigan football, so I'm just going to be from Ann Arbor, right?
Okay, I got you.
Ann Arbor.
I got you.
Yeah. But Lambertville, Michigan is where I grew up.
Okay.
I live in Toledo now.
Gotcha. Because when I saw Ann Arbor, I was going to use that as a segue to also make the internet feel bad for me. Because I was dating a girl in Ann Arbor for a little bit, going great. I mean, it was really good. And I'm getting old. Okay, I'm getting to a point where it's like I don't want to play games. I want something real, right? Yeah. And we're dating for like 4 months, and then started getting serious, and then she kind of broke my heart, and it's unfortunate. And so that was going to be my segue to ask you. You've been doing this for like 7 or 8 years now.
8 years.
What's been your biggest heartbreak in pro wrestling so far, and how did you overcome that? The tricky one.
Yeah, put me on the spot.
I'm sorry.
Biggest heartbreak, I would say, I think out of anybody in our graduating class, not to be full of myself, but a little bit, I had maybe the most potential. Biggest heartbreak, I would say, is Trey needed one of our students, one of my graduating class, to run an angle with him in Impact. I think it was during COVID. And he picked Sam Beal. Shout out to Sam Beal. I love him. But I just kind of sat there and, it's like, damn, like, what did I have to do? And I don't know if it was maybe come to training more, take myself more seriously. But yeah, that was the biggest heartbreak and kind of the biggest eye-opener that, I needed to hit the ground running if I want to do anything, right? Because the one guy that has the most influence on me passed me up and picked one of my classmates. So, very thankful for it. I think it kind of molded my mentality, the way that I handle things and kind of go after things.
What does that look like? Like as far as like how you approach things now?
Well, like here, it's a 4.5 hour drive for me. So getting here on time, call time is 4:30, right? I'm here at 4:20. Yeah, I'm ahead of the game. Yeah. Trying to be very communicative with promoters and just being a better pro, essentially.
Yeah, it's for a sport that has a lot of guys calling themselves professionals. It seems to lack a lot of those individuals.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, right? Because
yes.
It's like it should be commonplace for people to take this more serious. But I was just talking about this with someone else earlier. But it feels like sometimes guys think the bare minimum of showing up is okay.
Right.
But it's not.
Right.
It takes a lot of hard work and like you got to come early, leave late to be able to stand out and just like looked the part. You've always looked the part. You know, kudos to you for that. Like, what's your secret besides obviously diet and exercise? Like how often are you in the gym and everything?
Well, one, I'll say good metabolism. Right?
That helps.
Right.
That helps.
So,
but you're still young.
Right. 29 going on 30.
That's
right?
gonna catch up.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of, I understand that, you know, it's going to catch up to me if I don't, you know, change my habits. I love pizza, and I'll eat pizza twice a week if I could.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I'm in the gym probably 4 to 5 times a week.
You count those macros?
I am not.
Okay.
Yeah, I just try to eat clean.
Okay.
No artificial anything. It helps. My wife is a ex-professional bodybuilder.
That does help. Yeah.
So yeah, she knows like, oh, if I give you X amount of grams of protein and carbs, like you'll be good. So to a degree, I guess she kind of counts my stuff.
Sure.
I just eat what she gives me.
That.
She makes my life easy.
What a blessing.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel extra pressure in the situation that you're in currently in Team A when you have to stand next to a guy like Bill Collier, who, to me, for years, Bill was so incredibly underrated and always looked great. And then somehow he did the impossible and looked greater. So
Right.
does that put pressure on you?
Yeah, to a degree, to stand out as far as like an aesthetic. But Bill, funny story about Bill. He's our big man in our group, right?
Sure.
Order 4. When we heard that we were getting another member, all of us collectively were kind of like, oh, like, who's it? He better not be high maintenance. And then I saw Bill at taping, so I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? He's like, well, I think I'm in your group. And I'm like, yes, dude, he's the man.
I've never been happier for someone in wrestling because for years, and like, please, if you have any good Bill stories, please share them because I feel like it's been a long time coming. But I would talk about guys that I worked with that not only made me look better, but brought me to another level. And it would be like Johnny Gargano, Silas Young, and I'd say Bill Collier, and then people would be like, who? And I'd be like, you should know who Bill Collier is. He's a machine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Bill's he's so mellow and low-key about just everything. And it's so funny because he's this big, like, bad dude on camera. But I would say he does a lot for me mentally behind the scenes. Anytime I have a match, and, you know, we're our biggest critic at the end of the day.
100%.
So it's like, oh, man, like, that match sucked because I didn't roll right, you know? But Bill's always there to kind of be like, dude, like, your next level, like, keep doing it.
Yeah.
And so, I'm thankful to have Bill in that group.
What's it been like learning from Mustafa Ali? That's a guy who also, for a long time, it's like, man, he should have been way higher up on the card than he was, but he's done so much too.
Yeah, agreed. Incredible to learn from him. He, from anything from a creative aspect to an in-ring aspect to just working cameras and like making me better as far as working on television, like it's constant knowledge that he's throwing at us, and he's on our back a lot because he's a perfectionist, I would say, as am I, right? I think we all kind of are. And yeah, if there's one little thing that he thinks you could do better, he'll let you know about it.
Is there one thing you could share that he helped you learn from working TV, things like that?
Yeah, so there was actually this one time he was working Jeff Hardy in a singles, and we did a spot where we were running interference, and Matt came around the side, and Ali told us before the show, you know, stand over here, you know, when all this is happening, and then you'll run into the camera or run into view, right? And when we were out there, I was like, man, like, while this is all happening, I'm like, John, did he say like stand over there? I'm like, I'm pretty sure we'll get shot. I'm like, we should probably stand over here. So we did, and I didn't listen to him. So when he watched it back, he was like, like, listen. And then, you know, it's just like, yeah, I messed up. But it was a great learning experience because, like, now I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
Right? So it's as far as, like, I was in a battle royal and I did a spot where I got blasted off, but I landed on the stairs. And he was like, remember, cameras are this way, so don't turn this way. Turn this way. And I'm just like, that's something you wouldn't even really think about, right? Because especially with, like, majority of the audience over here, and that's kind of where you're feeding.
Yeah.
You got to feed to the hundreds of thousands at home.
It's next level.
You know, it really is, and it's just the stuff that you don't normally think about is the stuff that he it's constantly on his mind.
You've been working for TNA on and off until recently for like 4 years.
Yep.
Do I have that right?
Yep.
What was the turning point for you that went from you like just getting a look to actually getting a full-time gig?
So I won the gut check in 2022.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it was just kind of like they throw me into spots, right? 6-man, 8-man, whatever, scrambles. And they were like, hey, we have this dude named John Schuyler. We met at WrestleCade for an IPWF show, which is like the polar opposite of, it's like old school gimmicks and very gimmicky show.
Okay.
So we met each other there, and I was like, oh shit, you're John Schuyler. I think we're gonna be a tag team. And he told me that. And we had one member of creative come up to us and say, you guys are gonna be a good featured tag team called the Good Hands. Because there's a curse of being a pro wrestler and being low maintenance, right? So we can go out and we can do whatever they need us to do, but we're not going to raise a stink about it. Because to a degree, we were thankful to be there, right? So they were like, you guys aren't going to win a lot, but you're going to be on just about every week of TV. And at that point, that's all we could really ask for. So that kind of ran its course, and then they told us, oh, well, we just signed, don't tell anybody, right? They told us, but we just signed Mustafa Ali. So you guys are going to do all these vignettes, being kind of like sycophants. And once he's here, you guys are going to kind of pair with him. So we're like, oh, freaking sweet, right? First time meeting him and everything. Could have been a better dude. After a while, we built a program with Time Machine, Shelly Sabin Kushida. And we got pulled from the big payoff, and they put in a tag team that didn't even work there.
Yeah.
Which, that was, you talk about heartbreaks, that could be another one, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, kind of took it on the chin, and then we found out that we were on the cutting block. Because they were, I don't know if it was budget cuts or what, that's above anything that I know. So, another heartbreak, we're doing everything we can, and we might get cut. And then we hear that Ali re-signed with TNA, and Ali told whoever he told, if I re-sign, I want Schuyler and Hotch with me. And like that blows my mind. Because here's a little fun fact. I played 2 years of college baseball before I started wrestling, and we all got batting practice theme songs, right? Not theme songs, but like just songs that you get to pick, right?
Yeah.
Get in your rhythm.
Yep.
My song was Mustafa's WWE theme song, right?
Sweet.
So after all this time, now I'm like, this dude wants me, like alongside him.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the turning of the page, essentially, to say he saved our jobs, kinda, right?
But it's a testament to who you are as a performer, as a person, right? And at some point, like, I like hearing stories like that where you're listening to this dude's theme song, you're clearly a fan, right? We're all sort of still fans to a certain extent, and then when that changes from like fan to peer and friend,
Right.
mind-blowing. And it just goes to show you that if you do show up and you do bust your ass and you work harder than everybody else, good things will come.
Right.
And I think you are a true testament to that.
Yep.
When I look at some of the people you've worked with in TNA, I think of guys that I've looked up to for a long time, like the Hardys and Nick Nemeth. Is there one that stands out to you where in that moment, it doesn't have to be in TNA necessarily, that you worked with this person, you're like, I can't believe this is a real thing, and you walked away with something, some form of knowledge from that experience with that person?
Right off the bat, my match against Ali on Against All Odds, just because that was, again, being a fan, but that was my first solo pay-per-view. We had like 17 minutes, so I'm like, I get to actually kind of go balls to the wall with someone I look up to, right?
Tell a story.
Yeah, exactly. And if I couldn't say Mustafa, I was a big Motor City Machine Gun fan. Exactly.
It changed the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It kind of influenced a whole generation, right? So I had a singles match with Chris Sabin before we got paired. It was actually going into Ali coming to TNA, right? And I remember like going into that match, everything was so easy to put together. Everything made sense. And after the match was over, I was like, that was incredible. Like, just the stuff, like I would pitch an idea and Sabin could kind of tweak it and make it better, right? So just little learning experiences like that along the way.
That's awesome. And it's always cool just to like share the locker room with those guys. I always loved Chris Sabin growing up. I became closer with Shelly, and obviously I like Shelly too. But it, like when I don't know if you remember when they started in TNA, where he was the future Chris Sabin, he had the future Frankie Kazarian. You had to pick a future, and I was like, I'm going Chris Sabin.
Yeah,
that was my guy for a long time, and I like wish I could do half the shit that he could do. But like just being around that guy and like listening to him, wealth of knowledge.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, funny you bring up Frankie. That's our car everywhere we go.
Okay.
Right? To the gym,
Okay.
to the venue. It's me, Skylar, Frankie, and Eric Young. So like just sitting in that car is like, I mean, I hear stories and just it's a knowledge tree.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's insane.
And like not enough guys now get time in the car to learn more. So it's good that you have that.
Yeah.
It's like a lost art of wrestling, you know, just sitting in the car and like sharing stories and like picking up stuff, because I feel like even not in the car, I feel like guys should be more present. And you can tell me your mindset on this too. It's like I remember the first time I wrestled Silas Young, who, as I mentioned, was a guy that I felt like brought me up. Have you worked with Silas?
Oh, yeah.
Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I feel like one time I was working with him and I was doing a suicide dive, and he was like, "You won't see me, but I'll be there." And it was like, I'm going to take off. He's gone. I had like scissored him to the floor. He's on the floor. I don't know where he's at. I'm just going to dive. I take off. I'm running. And anybody else, they actually wouldn't be there. And I've had those experiences.
Oh, yeah.
And I go to dive and I still don't see him. And he pops up last second. It was just one of those little things where he explained to me after. He's like, I don't like to just stand there and just be looking for a dive. He just disappears. And he just is listening. Boom, he's there. It was just like a little thing that I picked up to where then going forward, I would do that if I'm catching dives. You know, I don't know, like it's just, I don't know, you pick up little shit like that and it just makes you a better wrestler. Your goals, going forward, rest of 2026, let's go baby goals. What are you looking forward to most this year?
Baby goals. You know, I feel like some sort of championship is long overdue. Me and Skylar, we've been heels since we got paired together, but I feel like, you know, we could make a baby run depending on, you know, how things go. You know, aside from that, I don't want to say a solo championship just because I don't know what the future entails. Just really longevity, learning to be a smart worker. I get to work with Cody Diener tonight.
Yes, championship opportunity.
Yeah, exactly, top tier.
Could have a championship tonight.
Right here. Top tier heavyweight champ could be top notch tonight.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, just, you know, talking with Cody is like, how can we make the most out of, you know, not go out there and kill ourselves, right? So just learning to be a better worker. I think I am pretty solid worker, but you can always get better.
100%. It's a good mindset to have.
Yeah, I just want to keep people safe, and you know, I always say a prayer, not to get religious, but I always just say, you know, look over me and my opponent, let us walk out the same way we walked in, on our own 2 feet and in good spirit, and then we go do the dang thing.
Yeah.
So
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, just being a good dude.
I appreciate you taking time to talk to me today. It's been pleasant. I wish we had more time.
Me too. I could sit here the rest of the show.
I want to ask you like a million questions about Rhino.
Oh gosh.
we have to come back to part 2 just to talk about Rhino.
Yeah, that's a part within itself.
Well, you know, the thing is...
So long story short.
Thank you for talking with me. And are you a drinker?
Here and there.
I'm not, but like there's a lot of tasty looking beverages here. And obviously there is a sponsor here. Like you got BLACKFLY, the drink. If you were to pick one of these, which one would you pick?
I had black cherry all day.
Black cherry. It's all about the black cherry. The black cherry right here. The black cherry holding up that little camera right there. It's right in front of it. You don't see it, but we see it. Jason, thank you for talking with me. Thank you.
Oh, man.
I look forward to the next conversation.
Oh, me too. Thank you.